This conference Yeah, hi, is my voice audible?
Yes,
Okay, yeah, thank you. Just a minute. Yes, are you able to see my screen?
yes, it's
Uh,
visible.
yes, okay. Yeah, yeah, hi, yes, hi, this is Vivek. So I'm having nearly like 9 years of experience. Currently, I'm working with one of the international bank. So like I have 9 years of experience. Like initially, out of that 9 years, I used to work as a developer and test on multiple roles. Even in the development side, test development side, I used to work with multiple tools like Selenium, Protractor, Cypress, Playwright, Nightwatch. So these many tools. Even though in Selenium, I used to work with Selenium Java, Selenium Python as well. So more than 5 years of teaching experience I'm having. So this is so this I think this is a 45 batch with the career IT. Okay, today we are going to be discuss about the things what we are going to be what we are going to be covering this particular course. So basically, this is an automation course with Selenium and Java. So as part of this course, we are not going to be touch anything regarding the manual scenarios. Just we are going to be starts with Selenium automation. So most of the people having a common question like, while we are moving to the automation, if we want to work with Selenium, is Java knowledge is mandatory, and how much Java we are supposed to be learn? That is the question, right? So something like, yes, this is a, yes, Java knowledge is mandatory, and core Java knowledge is enough. At the same time, we designed this course for the people who are not having any prior Java knowledge. So in this course, we are going to be cover from the very basic level, like how we can able to install, how to install the Java. Yes, from that point we are going to be start. So that if you are not having any coding background or something else, yes, no need to worry. Just each and everything we are going to be cover from the scratch. So basically, what is an automation? So this course is an automation course. Automation is Selenium and Java, right? So before going to that, what is an automation? Yes, simple thing. Whenever we are trying to, whenever we are trying to validate the functionality of a software by using another software, then we are calling it as an automation. So whenever we are trying to validate a functionality of a particular application or particular software application by using the another software, then we are calling it as an automation. So here, generally in market, you people used to hear multiple words like functional automation, process automation. These two are the very common words these days, frequently entering into the market. So here, what is the difference between these two things? So somewhere like you can able to see multiple postings or multiple advertisements regarding the RPA tools like automation anywhere, Blue Prism, UI Path, and what we are going to be learn Selenium, some other tools like Cypress, Playwright, QTP. So these all are the automation tools, and these all are doing the same. Yes, first point. Yes, these are all the automation tools, but the intention, the goal of a tools are different from each other. So here you see here the common thing you can the words commonly you are going to be here is functional automation and process automation. So these two are basically very different from each other. So here functional automation is nothing but the intention, the motto of the functional automation is to validate the function of an application. The motto here is to validate the functionality of an application. But here, while we are moving to the process automation, here our motto is not a validation, just we are going to be automate end to end process itself. So the simple thing, the functional automation we are going to be used for the testing purpose, and process automation we are going to be automate the end to end process. So the things, the different kind of tools, selenium, uft, rft, test complete, protractor is no more in market right now, cypress, playwright, nightwatch, these all are the tools for the for the functional automation. But when we move to the process automation, those all here we are going to be automate the end to end process itself. So here our motive is not to validate. Here our motive is not to test. Just we are going to be validate the end-to-end process itself, so that the function, the tools what we are using for this particular process automation is developed on top of AI. Those are having the artificial intelligence. But the functional automation tools what we are using for the testing, those are not artificial. Those are not on top of artificial intelligence. Those tools are not having any of its own intelligence. Yes, we are supposed to be write everything. But here, the process automation tools are developed on top of AI, so that's why those all are costly. Those all are licensed and costly. So here, in this course, we are going to be learn the functional automation tool Selenium. Okay. So, what is test automation and why we need to automate the testing? Why we need to automate this process? So, see here, what is test automation? What is the test automation here? So here, in this scenario, test automation is nothing but, so when, yeah, we are going to be discuss about the test automation. So basically what kind of testing we are going to be automate here. First thing, when we develop a application, when we are going to be develop an application, in that scenario, so see here, just a minute. Yes. So while we are developing an application, so like for example, I am developing an application that's a mailing application. So obviously, it's a mailing application. We are supposed to be have a sign-in page. So basically, the primary page is sign-in page. They are supposed to be validate my credentials and need to enter. So before entering, before logging into that application, I supposed to be prove my credentials there by entering the username and password, right? So this is a sign-in page. So sign-in page, there I need to enter the username and password. If it is correct, then I'll move to the inbox page. So while we are developing this email application, the first page is a sign-in page. If you see here in this scenario, so while you're validating, while you're testing this particular sign-in page, hardly we are going to be have very less number of very less number of scenarios for the testing, like entering the valid username and valid password, invalid username and valid password, valid username and invalid password, like forgot password link is working fine or not. Yes, these things, very less test case we are going to be validate. But then later, after sign in, I'm going to be developing the inbox space. Yes, they are supposed to be, once you log in, yes, when you are developing an application, yes, when you are in a market with the competitors, yes, you're supposed to be keep on adding the new features to win the race. Obviously, obviously, right? Whenever you are going to be add the new feature, yes, we are supposed to be test that is that new feature working fine or not. Yes, if you without any testing, without proper testing, if you are introduced into the market, then it's going to be if it is finding any difficult, if it is finding any bug in a market by the end user, it's become a big issue for your brand name, big issue for your product reliability. That's why before going to a market, we are going to be do a lot of testing on that particular value future what we are going to be add newly. At the same time, at the same time, we are supposed to be validate the scenarios which may affect by adding the new things. Yes, which may affect the new things. That thing, that scenario. So whenever the application is keep on increasing, when you are adding a new feature, yes, you are supposed to be validate that new feature is working fine or not along with the existing features also. Why? Because you're supposed to be make sure the adding of new feature is not affecting any existing scenarios. That scenario, that kind of testing, we used to call it as a regression testing. Yes. So this regression testing we need to do before each and every release of new feature. So whenever your application keep on increasing, the number of test cases what we are supposed to be execute as part of regression is keep on increasing. So these regression test cases are very common for each and every time. So these repeated test cases we need to execute each and every time while we are adding the new scenarios. Yes. So these are the test cases we need to execute commonly so that these are the test cases we are going to be execute repeatedly. So these type of repeated test cases we are going to be automate. We are not going to be automate each and every test case. Just we are going to be automate a regression test case. Why? Because those only we need to be execute repeatedly. If some test case is there, some scenarios like sanity and smoke scenarios, those are some functional test cases there. Those are not. Those are just we need to execute only once and twice. There is no effect of new features on that test cases. We are not going to execute them. So that you are going to be execute once or twice in your life only, so that it's not make sense to automate them. We can do it manually. But which test cases we need to execute repeatedly, those only we are going to be automate. Why we need to automate? Yes. So when the test case we need to, yes, we know that these are the test cases, these are set of test cases. Yes, we have to test continuously whenever new feature added. Yes, you can take the WhatsApp as an example. So yes, whenever it's adding the new feature, so the each and every test case is supposed to be executed to validate yes this feature is not affected by the new one. Why? Because this is a key feature. So from the last few years, from more than 10 years, WhatsApp is keep on updating. They are keep on adding the features to the WhatsApp. This is a this is the ongoing process. This process will continue in future also. So that if the same process, even after 20 years also, they keep on adding some new features. Yes, that means from last 10 years to next 20 years, the total 30 years, whenever it's adding a new feature, that is new feature is a very, even though the feature is very small also, yes, you are supposed to be execute these test cases repeatedly every time. So those type of test cases, every time if you are doing this execution by using the human resources, it will take much time. At the same time, obviously, it will cost effective. So it will increase the cost to the company. So if you automate those test cases, obviously Selenium can able to execute those test cases very faster, 70 to 75% faster than a human being. And once we write a script, once we automated it, no need to uh, write again and again. The same script you can able to execute on multiple browsers multiple times in a day. So once you automate, then you can simply keep it aside. Whenever you want to execute, just click on the run button. That's enough. It will you will get the output. So it will save the cost. Once you automate it, no need to spend money on the human resources to execute the test cases for each and every release. Once you automate it, then it will execute much faster than human being. At the same time, there is no chances of doing the mistakes. There is no man-made mistakes there. So what you automated, what the steps you wrote, each and every step is going to be executed. So there is no missing steps. There is no missing issues. Obviously, whenever there is no missing steps, whenever there is no missing issues, obviously it's going to be reliable and the tests are reusable. Once you write the script, that you're reusable. At the same time, yes, if a human being can able to execute those tests twice in a day, but if you are using the software, if you are using the automation tool, yes, how many times you want, that many times you can able to execute. So it's not going to be affect the quality and reliability of a application of a test scenarios. So that's why we need to automate these things. So still we are discussing about the selenium, right? So basically, what is a selenium? So why we need to learn it? Why it's that much popular in market? Simple one thing I can say: Selenium is a group of softwares. Selenium is a set of softwares. Simple. Selenium is a set of softwares. It's having a capability of mimicking the human behavior. Just it can able to mimic the human behavior. That's it. Selenium is a simple software. It's providing the methods. Those methods can able to mimic the human behavior. Human behavior is nothing but just like how human being can able to click on an element, just like the Selenium can able to do. How human being drag and drop. How human being select the drop down. How human being scroll the browser. How you human being type the text. How human being select the date from the calendar. These all the things like how the human being can able to do the actions on a web page. All these actions Selenium can able to do. That is the thing. Selenium is a simple set of softwares. It's providing a method to mimic the human behavior. That's it. So initially, like in 2009 itself, in 2000, in the days of 2009, initially Selenium released Selenium IDE. This is the first version of Selenium IDE. Selenium IDE is nothing but integrated development environment. So this is a kind of add-on for our browser. So earlier this is an add-on for Mozilla only. So if you add this add-on to your browser and if you start recording, it it can record the actions what you did on browser. It can record the actions. So see here, when we want to automate, just we are start the recording and we do all the actions, then later we stop. Those recording we can able to store and we can able to play back whenever we want. Whenever we want. Then in 2016 itself, 16 or 17, ID was deprecated from the Selenium officially. Selenium by the Selenium officially. Later, again, a Selenium IDE people used to widely using this. The requirement of Selenium ID is increasing in DevOps. That's why they released it again. So now, but while it's releasing second time, now it's an add-on for multiple browsers. Area is only add-on for the Mozilla. Now you can add for your Chrome and other browsers also. It's a simple add-on. It's not a it's not it's not required any kind of installation. Just like an add-on, you can add from the Chrome extension libraries. Then Selenium RC coming into the picture. Selenium RC is nothing but remote control. This RC. So when Selenium IDE is having their limitations, there we can't able to write some kind of logics or reputations, some kind of our own assertions and conditions, preconditions, post conditions. So some we are having some limitations. To work on that limitation, Selenium RC is coming into the picture. Selenium RC is nothing but a remote control. Selenium remote control. But nowadays Selenium remote control is no more, is already deprecated. Then Selenium now market Selenium WebDriver and Selenium Grid is there. We are going to be learn the Selenium WebDriver in this course. So by using the Selenium WebDriver, we can able to automate the web-based applications. Web-based applications. So why we need to learn Selenium only? So this is also one of tool, right? We have multiple tools in market. Then why we need to learn it only? Why? Because first point, it's an open source. So when you compare to some other competing competitor tools like QTP is a licensing tool. It's having their own limitations. It's having limitations, but it's an open source. No need to pay anything. There is no paid version also. Is having only free version. Some tools is there. Those tools are having both free version and paid versions. But here everything is free. There is no paid version for Selenium. At the same time, Selenium can support the multiple browsers. That means once you develop the script, the same script you can able to execute on multiple browsers. These features are not available in some other tools. Even though these feature is not available in some of the paid tools also. Then it can support multiple programming languages. If you see in QTP, it's not support all the languages. If you see in QTP, it's not support all the browsers, but it supports multiple programming languages. You can develop Selenium by using the Java. You can use Selenium, Java as a binding language, Python as a binding language, a C or C sharp or C plus plus, a shell, Perl, like that. Multiple things you can able to, multiple languages you can able to. It will support multiple operating systems also. Same scripts you can able to run in Windows, Mac, Linux, like that. It supports multiple frameworks. So obviously it's having large user base so that you can able to find the help in internet very easily while you are comparing with some other things too. Okay. Uh, just a minute. Just we can try to automate one of the application. Just I can show you how we can able to. Just I'll give you the one demo. Yeah. Oh, before going to that, any questions from anyone? Yes. Any questions from anyone? Yeah. Sorry, I'm not able to hear you. Someone is asking. Yeah, Vamsi. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Just a minute. I'll share my Selenium screen. Yeah, hello. Is my voice audible? Yeah. Hi. Is my voice audible? Yeah, hello. Is my voice audible?
Yeah, okay, audible.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So, like, see, I'll show some one demo application. So there we are supposed to be enter the username and password, and we need to click on the enter. We need to click on the sign in button so that we can able to log in into that particular page. So the same thing, how we can able to automate by using the Selenium. So see, we can see that now. Let me share. I think my screen is keep on sharing. Just keep on loading. Just a minute. Okay. So I'm going to be open a website that is Orange Demo website, Orange HRM demo site. So here, like, so open. This is a demo website. You people can able to use for your practice purpose also. Yes. So here I'm having a username and password boxes. I need to enter username and password. Then I have to click on the login. So already they are providing username and passwords here. So if this is the scenario, if we need to, like, if I ask you to do this login validation by using the manual scenarios, if I ask you to validate this login manually, so what are the manual actions we need to do here? What are the manual actions generally? If I'm providing a URL, username and password, these three inputs, URL and username and password, and I ask you to validate the login scenario, then what are the manual actions required here? So here, like you can see, we need to enter first. Yes, first we have to create a selenium interface instance, WebDriver instance we are going to create. Yes, so we have to create a WebDriver instance. So just I'm calling WebDriver driver. So now I want to open a Chrome browser. Then how I can able to? So driver equal to new Chrome driver. Yes, I want to open a Chrome driver. That's why I'm using this one. So if you want to execute the same scenario in some Edge browser or Firefox browser, then you have to call new Edge browser, new Firefox browser, like that. Then once I open the browser, so if I execute till now, it's going to be open a empty Chrome instance. You can see. Just I'm executing it. You can see here. Yes. So like if you see, this executing. So whenever we are calling driver equal to new Chrome driver, it's going to be open a Chrome driver instance. It's going to be open a new, very new instance. So the driver, the Chrome browser, which is opened by the Selenium, is not going to be have any of your favorite add-ons or favorite toolbars or kind of your account information. It's going to be separately. It's going to be open a special, a new instance, so that it's a very empty browser without any cache or anything. So see here. Then after launching this browser, I want to launch a URL into that browser. Then we have to call that method .get. So here, once you call, you have to pass this URL. Just I'm copying it. Yes, I'm pasting it. Okay. Okay. So sometimes my page is not going to be load properly immediately. Sometimes it may take the time. So that's why I am asking to wait for 5 seconds here. 5,000 milliseconds is nothing but 5 seconds. Then once I launch the browser, yes. So the next requirement here is I need to enter the URL. Sorry, I need to enter the username. So if I'm asking some layman to enter the username, that he is a layman, he is not having any past experience without any, like that means there is no intelligence about the web applications, everything. So human being can able to identify this is a username text field by reading this username text here. But we are working with the Selenium. Selenium is not having any of knowledge, its own knowledge or intelligence. Just Selenium can able to do the actions what we can ask to do. So that's why if you are asking Selenium to do some action, at the time you are supposed to be give the proper input. So Selenium requires where it's supposed to be work and what work it's supposed to be do. Yes, these two things very required. So where it's supposed to be work. So this is the page. So in this page I need to enter username. Where is supposed to be enter the username? So out of these things, out of entire this space, how Selenium can able to identify this field is a username text field. Selenium is not having any knowledge, right? So that's why to direct the Selenium, yes, we need to give the address of this username field to the Selenium. We need to give the address of this username text field to the Selenium. Yes, we have to tell where it's supposed to work. That where it's supposed to work, we are telling by giving this address. So how we can able to identify the address? Just where you want to work, just go there, right click. Once you right click, it open a menu. Here you can select inspect. So when you can select, click on inspect, it's going to be open in developer mode here. Yes, you can see here. So, my browser was stuck. So how we can pass the address of this particular field to the Selenium? Yes, Selenium can able to identify the address of that particular field by using the four attributes. Like if you want to identify a student, yes, we are having different attributes: student name, student's father name, student's surname, student roll number, class. Yes, these things, right? These are the different attributes we can, like if you want to write, if you want to identify a house, this house number will be there, like a street name will be there. So these are the different types of attributes which help you to identify the address of that particular home, right? Particular house. So like that, here also we are having different types of attributes which are helping us to identify the locator, which are helping us to locate that particular element. So those attributes which are helping us while we are working with the Selenium is name, ID, class, and link text. These things we can discuss separately while we are discussing about the Selenium. Just I'm giving you in high level. Just a minute, still it's loading. Yeah, sorry, Aled, I think it's an application itself is very slow. So here in this course, like we initially we are going to be learn Java. So first, yes, see here. So I want to work with this username field, right? Just go there and inspect it. So it's going to be, see here. This is the tag. Whenever I mouse over on this particular tag, username field is highlighting here. So this is the tag. So whenever I'm out of focus, if I'm moving mouse from the in from this particular tag, it's not highlighting. So if I mouse over on this particular tag, it's highlighting. That means this is the tag which is highlighting, which is responsible for this particular username field. How we can get it? Simple. So which field you want to identify? Just go to that particular element, right click and inspect. So by default, the tag will be highlighted here. Okay. So this is the tag which is representing this particular field. So this tag is having class as a one attribute, name as a one attribute, placeholder is an one attribute. So we can use the name attribute. By using name attribute, we can able to Selenium can able to identify that element so that we are passing it to Selenium now. So now we are calling, hey Selenium. Selenium is nothing but a driver here. Hello Selenium. Just now we are passing these username what I copied, sorry, name what I copied, name attribute value. That value is we are passing as an input to identify that button on the page. Yes. Yes. Hello driver. Please find an element by using name attribute. So what is the value of that name attribute? Already I copied from the tag here, right? You can see I copied here, right? Yes. After identifying, so if you want to enter a username, what is the manual action we need to do? Type, right? The same manual action type we can replace by using the Selenium method. Method name is send keys. Send keys. I want to enter admin username as admin. Then after entering the admin username, I want to enter the password also. Just go through password field and click on inspect. It's going to be identify one more thing. Yes, this is the field. Yes, it's also having a name attribute, uh, attribute value as password. Again, hello Selenium. This time, please find an element by using again name attribute. By using name attribute, that attribute value is password. What I copied. Then after identifying that, please enter value into that one. What is supposed to be enter? Admin 123. So these two are the values is given by the website. Okay. After identifying that, what it can be, I need to click on the sign in button. I need to click on the login button. You can go and inspect it. Login. Yes, see here, it's having type attribute, class attribute, and it's not having name attribute. So different attributes is there. So in this scenario, we are going to be use XPath. In which scenario we are going to be use XPath, we can discuss that later. So I'm writing an XPath for this one. Type submit. Yes, you can copy it. So again, hi Selenium. Please find an element. This time by not by using name. This time by using the XPath. What is XPath here? That's what I wrote. Then after identifying that, what we have to do? So I need to click on the login button. So manually we are clicking here, right? Yes, for automation methods we are having to replace that is click. So let me run it once. Let me run it once. See how it's going to be work. Right click, run as. Java application. So as part of this course, we are going to be starts with the Java. So we are going to be starts Java with, yeah, see here is going to be open a browser. It's launcher, yeah, it's launching that URL. The browser is loading here. You can observe here, this browser is not having any of my add-ons or my account details and everything. That's why, because it's opening very fresh one. And Selenium will open in this size only. By default, Selenium will open in this size only. If you want to maximize, yes, you can able to. See here, it's enter the username and password. It's click on the sign in button. That's why we are in login page. That's why we are in, we came inside the application. Yes, let me run it one more time for our clear understanding. Yes, launching the browser. So open a browser, launching URL. Sorry, this application is itself is very slow. That's why. Yes, see here, it's loaded. Still, that username and password is not entered. It's going to be enter and click on login. You can observe it. Yes. For your observation, yes, keep. Now I'm going to wait for 15 seconds or 25 seconds. Let me see what's going to be happening. You can click on this run button directly to run. Yes, you can see. It's wait for 25 seconds. Then it's going to be enter the username and password. Just you can observe it's very quick. Yes, see here, admin and password is entered. Is clicking on the login. Yes, you can see here login button. In this way, we can able to automate. In this way. So for this selenium automation, yes, we need to have a knowledge on core Java. So that's why we are going to be start this course with Java. So first we are going to be starts with Java. So how to install the Java, from that point we are going to be start. Once Java completed, it will take 20 to 25 days to complete the Java. So we are going to be discuss how to create a class, how what are the objects, what is the object oriented program language, what is the oops, what is a loop, what is the data types we are having, what are the variables, what are the methods and method types. Each and everything from the scratch we are going to be discussed. From the scratch we are going to be discussed. Then uh, what are the loops or conditional statements, then arrays, strings, then collections concepts like list, set, map. Once we completed all these things from from the Java, along with the practice, once it's completed, then only we are moving to the Selenium. So we are going to be learn the Selenium after completing the Java. Then after completing the Selenium, we are going to be learn the TestNG. Then TestNG we are going to be starts with the framework design, some kind of real-time website. We are going to be develop our framework. So how framework is going to be developed in real time, how real-time scenarios will be there. So these things we are going to be. So this is nearly 40 to 45 working days. So out of this 20 to 25 working days, Java will we are going to be discussed. Then later Selenium test engine framework. So this is a high level structure of a course. Yes. Anyone having any questions? Yes, please. Yeah. Any questions from anyone? Yeah. Like if any questions, yes, please. If no more questions, yes, we can drop off. Okay. Thank you then. If no more questions, yes, we can drop off. Bye.